What what were you going through when you discovered Sasco?
When I found Sasco, I was living in an abusive relationship, and I was at a place where I knew that if I didn't leave, I was gonna die in it.
Before SAS, I was scared. I knew that I needed to leave. I just didn't know how to make him stop.
For me, I was definitely somebody who did not fit any type of stereotype of it could happen to them. I didn't grow up in a family there had been domestic violence. I went to a Christian school. I actually was involved with a man that did Bible study with me every night and married me that didn't drink alcohol. And we waited till marriage, and you do all the right things, and it can still be you.
When I was 19, I went to the University of South Carolina, and I was sexually assaulted after I was drugged. It put me in a very, very dark place in my life. I was lost, I was broken, I felt very hopeless. I truly just didn't think that I would ever feel better. I really didn't think that there was gonna be a good end to what had happened to me.
Amelia, when we took her to the police station and we walked out of the police station, they said, okay, well, we'll get back in touch with you and let you know how our case is going. And we walked out the door, and that was it. There was no net, there's nothing to capture us, capture her, to say, we got you, you're coming with us, and we're gonna bring you in as a family, and we're gonna show you what tools that you're gonna need to be able to get through this.
When my assault took place, I did not tell anybody. I remember going back home, going up to my bedroom and just sitting there and not knowing what to do. I didn't feel like I had a safe place to tell anybody. There was no support, and I remember turning to some not great things to try and find just some sort of distraction, some sort of relief.
So I was a junior in college, and I had gone back to my college house for the summer, and to make a long story short, I had gone on a run, came back to my house, and someone had come into my house when I was gone and grabbed me and assaulted me. And the next hours and minutes and day was a blur, I would say, for all of us. And we just kind of were at a point where after the police and after the hospital and after all of the next following things, you kind of just show up at your home and you go to bed and you wake up the next morning like, what's next?
It all started when I first met Shannon. My dad kind of told me there's this amazing lady that she wants to be in my corner and help me and get me to where I need to be. I mean, I just truly felt heard for the first time in a long time. That was just the first day that in a while that I actually felt like I had hope and that I was gonna get the help that I needed.
When I was offered a spot at I Will Survive Weekend, I met people that knew what to do, and they held my hand and they said, this is what we need to do. And I got the help I needed to keep me and my girls safe.
I walk into rooms now where I'm like, I'm not going to allow anyone to diminish me, ever. And that has really all been because of SAS.
When I got on the phone with Shannon and Brett the first time, it was like a hand put a warm light on me and just tended to for the first time that no one had been able to do before. And it was like, okay, one, I feel heard and seen and known, and two, there is hope. And starting to relearn that process of who is who is going to fill this space now because that other person doesn't exist.
If I had been online and seen a place like the Banks, I would have run towards it. It's going to provide so much safety. It'll provide calmness. It'll provide peace. It's going to be a place that's going to change lives and help victims become survivors.
I can't imagine if we could have just gone to a space and had nature.
Yeah.
And had like where life peace, because life doesn't stop.
No.
But you're thrown back into it, and you need it to stop during that time with your family there and the people around you.
The Banks is going to be something where you can capture them right on the front end of what's happened to this survivor, what's happened to the family, and to galvanize the experts around them to be able to help start, going through the therapy to understand what the legal process is going to be. Had we had that early on, I think we would have gotten her into a much healthier place a lot sooner.
The Banks is not just a dream of some nice place that needs to come to fruition. It's a necessity. The tragedy lies in the fact that there's an overwhelming need for a place like the Banks, but redemption lies in the fact that there's already a solution. We just need the funds to make it happen.
Holistically, we all want to make a difference in people's lives. This is an opportunity to do so. The Banks has the ability to truly have this global impact. I think it's unlimited as far as what it can offer, what it will offer to individuals, to families, and I'm excited to see what all SASCO is going to do, as they continue to fulfill their mission, as they continue to support the community, survivors, families. It's going to be really special.
For me, it's a no-brainer to get behind the mission of SASCO because they're already delivering. They're already doing it every day, changing the lives of people like me. That this is not a question of is it a worthy investment, it's just how long will survivors have to wait to be able to have something like the Banks at their fingertips.
There's a hospital for rehab for a whole lot of things out there. So why isn't there one for these women that are experiencing this? Since it's 1 in 3 that are experiencing violence and abuse. Shame on us for not having a place, of this yet. It needs to exist because it doesn't yet.
As hard as life can get and how traumatic of an experience you may have, there's always hope. Sometimes it takes a while to find that light, but eventually you do, especially with the right people around you and the right resources and help. And I truly believe that the Banks will be one of those resources for women to have, for them to find that light as well.